And without further ado, so I promised you that I would update this so that that way I knew what the houses were, so that that way this is more so when I go to pull tarot so that I understand what's happening. So that's why I want this, and I wanted to be able to see it. So we are starting off with our Aries risings because it's just going to go easier to start with Aries and then go Taurus, Gemini. It goes this way. Okay. So right now we've got several planets at like 0 degrees. They're switching signs. It's a big to do. I'm not surprised. I myself personally have been dealing. Oh, and we're also in Mercury retrograde, which is always fun. Mercury retrograde is in Cancer, which for Aries risings, that is your fourth house, which is home and family. So it's roots, family, home environment, early upbringing. So that's fun. Fun time being had by absolutely no one. The moon, I'm sorry, not the moon, but the sun moved into Cancer and Jupiter is moving and it's leaving Cancer and going into Leo, which for you is your fifth house, which is pleasure and creativity. So interesting. So Jupiter is about to join Venus there. Venus is the planet of love. So I'm not going to be surprised if the cards are going to start showing up that you are going to end up moving towards something that like you're going to be expanding upon something that brings you pleasure. Like if you find a lot of joy, like I personally find a lot of joy in tarot. And as you know, I've actually like not that this isn't my chart. I'm a Virgo rising. But like I notice that when I step away from tarot and I take those gaps, it just doesn't feel the same to me. So like think of it like that, but it's not necessarily tarot. This could be like crocheting. This could be sports. This could be paintball. This could be anything. But you're probably going to be Jupiter's the planet of expansion and Venus is the planet of love. Aphrodite, think of it like that. Venus, Aphrodite. So you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of that. Chiron, the wounded healer, is at 0 degrees Taurus, which happens to be your second house, which is other people's possessions. So Chiron being the wounded healer, oof, that don't feel like that's going to be very good for you. Probably having to deal with, if I had to guess, if I were a guessing betting person, it's going to be you're probably having some issues around work, bosses, things like that. Like let's say for instance you're on government assistance, other people's money kind of thing, which technically that's all of our money, including your own. But but we'll just say because we're thinking income. Then like your checks get held up kind of shit. They do something where they shut down. The government shuts down. Think of it like that. But the cards will tell me more about that one. Yeah, and then Pluto's in retrograde, which is hopes and goals, which is Aquarius, which is your 11th house, which is also community. If you've so like I would say this. So if you because when things go retrograde, it basically means that you're concentrating on the self. So you may be trying to figure out what it is that you want. What community do you want to join? Who are your people? Who's your tribe? And now with all this happening in Leo, you're going to be probably taking steps towards that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much. And we've got the moon at 0 degrees in Capricorn, which is career and public image. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's really setting up to be like the thing that you love and want is going to be the thing that makes you money after having issues with working for somebody else. Think of that. But I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. So let's pull some cards. That was the whole point of this. Was I want to start with the rising so that way as the major arcana come up, I can figure it out based off of oh shit, I lost one of my things. I will be fixing this. This was like last minute, it just didn't work out quite the way that I wanted based off of where the stuff is. So that's why I don't have that chart far and I want to kind of explain it a little bit. So my spirit team, my spirit guide, my high self, as well as the divine. Again, I got that. Well, fuck it. Let's roll with it. There's no such thing as mess ups. So my spirit team, my spirit guide, my high self, as well as divine. Again, I thank you for your message. I thank you for your time. I thank you for being blessed to be able to receive it. That being said, what do our Aries risings need to know about all these major changes? What can they expect? What can our Aries risings expect in regards to these major planetary times? All right, Fool, holding back of independence, 9 of Pentacles. This is the landscape. I thought I was actually grabbing the mythology set that I have here, but nope, it's the landscape. So holding back on independence. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles, self-development, working hard. Okay. Painful ending, Ten of Swords is crossing over this. You know, I'm going to adjust this to see if you can. Oh shit, you know what? I need something weighty. Let's use a crystal. Okay, here we go. So now you won't look at me. You'll basically be seeing the cards. Okay, because that's my favorite. Sorry, working on the podcast, I told you it's not going to be as long as the last one. I won't tell you what it is, but just know that's coming. Sorry, this was like all kind of last minute kind of thing. Okay, so holding back, and this was crossed over this. So painful ending of independence, holding back. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. So basically it's juggling of obligations, but adaptability is really what it boils down to, is adaptability. Painful endings. So 0 degrees, holding back. So we have like 3 planets at 0 degrees right now. So now is not the time. But that 10th and 9th house, what we got going on for the 10th and 9th house? So for you, that's career, Capricorn, which is 0. And then we've got Lilith in the 9th house, which is philosophy and higher education. But let's roll with this being 0 degrees, which the moon is at 0 degrees in your 10th house, Capricorn. So holding back on independence. All right. So the full moon was about releasing what doesn't serve you. And then now what do we got? Now we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is a revoked love offer. And the Queen of Wands not getting what she wants of a revoked love offer, with the Seven of Swords, which is rethinking an approach of not getting what you want of a revoked love offer. All right, Eight of Swords, which is entrapment. See how there's a cage right there? See how there's a cage? It's like shit with snakes too. Those are snakes right there. I mean, it's like quite literally looking like rethinking an approach, not getting what you want of a revoked love offer. So like if you wanted to like lose your job in order to be independent, I can then like it's not happening just yet, but it's in the works. Nine of Swords, release the anxiety if not getting what you want. It's about to happen. Which goes back to Sagittarius being your 9th house of philosophy and higher education, which right, like I said, has Lilith, Black Lilith. So that is your dark feminine. Think of it like that. Eight of Cups, leaving someone that suits you and oh shit, might be. Leaving someone that suits you in pursuit of something better, which is 8 transformations. This is all pretty much tracking. So it's not going to happen yet in terms of this flip in regards to your independence. But again, it's in works. The Empress, Taurus, creative block. And for you, Taurus is your 2nd house. Oh, shit, what did I tell you? A creative block, other people's money. So a creative block. All right. So this is giving you can't be independent because you rely on somebody else, period. Now, whether that is independence in regards to like your stay-at-home mom and ergo your partner is paying the bills kind of thing. So like that's why it's like, ooh, I can't do it. And I wish you would just leave to kind of force me or whatnot. It's not happening yet, but it's happening behind the scenes. Yeah, see, this Eight of Swords wanted to pop out. That entrapment over this Nine of Swords. So it's like entrapment and releasing of anxiety. So whatever this is, it's not giving you joy, which is why you wish it would go away. Four of Swords here, which is solitude, spiritual counseling, which goes in line with the philosophy and higher education of Sagittarius, maybe even looking to be a teacher. With the Ten of Cups, shattered dreams. Oh shit. Shattered dreams of independence. That seems to be what this is. So if you feel trapped, Aries Risings, if you're feeling trapped, what's bottom of the deck? Was the Knight of Swords, ambition. Yeah, okay. So like you're feeling like trapped bird, trapped snake, whatever the fucking case may be, and you're not independent, but you wanted to always be independent. And that's the issue, is that now you're not. It's either giving being a mother and having to back burner things. Yep. I say that because I zeroed in on this kangaroo, and I don't think that kangaroo has anything in its pouch, but this is giving parental. So like if you had to back burner things due to being a parent, because I won't just say mother, because there are men who watch this. So like I said, you had to back burner your dreams because you had kids. That's about to change. With this whole thing of not getting what you want of a revoked love offer, That could be speaking to either you just didn't want children, or maybe you're hoping for an empty nest and you're about to get it. Either way, it's about to happen. That can go either way for several people. Popping over here, Page of Pentacles, lack of commitment. Lack of commitment to leaving something that suits you in pursuit of something better. So again, hey, like I said, this is train tracks. So it's like you're not able to travel, you're not able to do the thing that you want to do, but just hang tight kind of thing. Yep, star, Aquarius, which, like I said, is Pluto. And for you, that is your hopes and goals. All right. Lack of commitment to it. All right. What else? Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment, is popping over this entrapment. Because that is entrapment. That's entrapment of your mind. So yeah, all right, hopes and goals. So we're gonna roll with this as being your like 11th house. 989. You might be seeing mirrored numbers like that. Yeah, you gotta figure out what your wish fulfillment is before it can happen. Knight of Pentacles. Analyzing everything before moving forward. Popping over here. Chariot, movement, Cancer. Okay, so popping over there. So then if we're rolling with this as being like the ninth house, not a ninth house, I'm sorry, the 11th house, because Pluto was there and whatnot, transformation, then that goes back to Cancer for home and family, where the sun is. Mercury's in retrograde. Jupiter just left and is going into Leo, which is your 5th house, creativity and pleasure. Yeah, I'm telling it's like, it's giving empty nest. It's giving empty nest. And how do you figure out what's going to make you happy now kind of shit? Like, honestly, that's really what this is. I figured popping into this that it was going to be more so in regards to like being like a career, but it's looking like it's more so now that you're not a parent anymore, what's going to happen. Popping over here, Three of Cups, betrayal. My left eye just twitched, which is moon, intuition. So popping over here, Three of Cups, betrayal, lack of reunion, lack of community, which goes back to that 11th house Aquarius, hopes and goals. As part of that is community. So yeah, non-reunion with the community. Ace of Wands here, bottom of the deck, which is an inspiration. Given this, maybe you're going to be taking up going outside and doing gardening and freshening up your yard kind of shit. Maybe you'll join a gardening club. Do they even fucking have gardening clubs? I feel like that's something that old people used to have kind of shit, and now we just kind of roll with it as if it's fact, but I have no idea. Book clubs are very real, but I don't know about a gardening club. But like something like that. Hangman, Neptune energy, which Neptune is in Aries, which is your house. Your first house of self. So looking at the Hermit, introspection from another angle. Yep. And then down here is Three of Swords, heartbreak over the moon. I'm telling you, children, this is giving emptiness. This is about kids. Strength, Leo. There's nothing in retrograde in Leo yet, but it's like insecurity over this heartbreak. Yeah, it's like I said, it's giving fucking empty nest syndrome. So like your kids may have quickly moved out. Maybe they weren't expecting to move out, and then all of a sudden it opened and they were able to. Think of it like that. All right. And now we've got the Two of Cups here, which is relationship. It's a mutual connection. With the Knight of Swords, which is ambition. See how he's nosediving? And then the Eight of Wands, which is delays. So yeah, so it's delayed with the 0 degrees, but pay attention as it moves a little bit further. So I would say like probably like mid fucking July. But yeah, if you've been lacking ambition, it's about to change. Like I said, delayed because it started back. It holding back, which was those 0 degrees. Which again, we have several planets because I have them shown. Like that's the moon. That's Chiron, that's Jupiter. There's 3 planets there that are at 0 fucking degrees right now. And then several of them and this one is the North Node, I think, is at 0 degrees, whereas the South Node's at like 2 degrees. So it's like everything is literally bouncing off each other because they're all at the same degree. So think of it like that. So, yeah, so it's not yet, but everything's setting up for it. And Virgo, just in case, Virgo for you is your 6th house of home and fucking health. You can't make this shit up. So, yeah, just wait. And then when we got 8 of Pentacles, working hard, and a lack of commitment. They're trying to get you. The universe is trying to figure out what you want. Two of Pentacles, juggling adaptability, figuring out what exactly it is that you want that you'll stick to. Think of it like that. Six of Swords, not healing. Completion of non-healing. Oh shit. Okay, cool. So I don't know if you're noticing, but like that's a polar bear there. And like Idaho just got a bunch of fucking ice and snow and shit that came down from some things. There's some major flooding there, but this is a polar bear. And that's a completion of non-healing. But see how it's like, it's floating in that water. Interesting. I don't know why the fuck that's popping up here with that adaptability. How are you going to handle this kind of shit? So be expecting weather to be kind of wonky. All right, the Lovers, Gemini, which we have not even talked about really for the most part, is your third house of communication. So the Lovers upright, which Uranus is the planet of rebellion, and Mars, which is the planet of action, is there with going against the grain. You're going to start telling people about your plans, Knight of Pentacles. You're going to start telling them about the plans before you start doing it because you're probably trying to, like, you don't want this to be a shock. Whatever this is, you don't want it to be shocking to them. You're like probably sticking a toe in and being like, hey, this is kind of what we got going on. This is what I'm thinking. This is, think of it like that. All right, what else do we got? Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, which is either manifestation or it's an abundant new beginning. Five of Cups, mourning, loss. And then the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which is bad luck and bad karma, which is fire energy, which is Aries. So like you've probably had a fucking hell of a time because we just had like 6 things in Aries and they've all kind of moved out. So bad luck and bad karma, mourning over it. So whatever it was that you had to deal with, you're about to reap the benefits of it. So it was like you went through a negative phase, but it's about to become very, very lucratively possible for you. Two of Pentacles again, juggling chaos, but barely. Five of Pentacles, wanting to come out of the cold. Your money wants to come out of the cold. 10 of Wands, a heavy load that can't be put down, is generational wealth. 10 of Pentacles upright, and clarity over generational wealth. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like I said, it's like you paid your dues and now you're about to get your dues back. 7 of Pentacles, rewards, harvest. Dude, I'm fucking telling you, this is looking amazing for you. Yeah, this transit is about to be very, very good for you. So I'm very excited. Sorry, I've been watching me pull cards, but not really seeing me. So let's just see. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you should know? This is again Aries rising, just saying that insecurity over going against the grain. Don't worry about it. The Emperor, which is Aries energy, there you are, being ruthless over the Three of Pentacles, a lack of teamwork, a lack of teammates. So if you've been having issues with working with people, that's because you're being shown that you need to be independent. This is about to be on your own. Like I said, it's like with this whole second house, other people's possessions, it's like you, again, if it is career and you're unemployed, don't worry. Once you really commit to the idea of a business, it's going to take off for you. Period. End of subject. Yeah, High Priestess, secrets hidden. Secrets, something hidden. You're not sure why you've been frustrated. Pisces energy, which it's in reverse here, which is standing for shit. The North Node for you is in retrograde, which is secrets and spirituality. This is literally talking about the North Node retrograde in Pisces, which is your 12th fucking house. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Magician, manipulation, narcissism, air energy, which, so for you, that could be Libra, 7th house of relationships. That could be Gemini, your 3rd house of communication, or Aquarius, which is your 11th house of hopes and goals and community. Holding back, or manipulation of secrets. So yeah, so if things weren't really hitting the way they're supposed to, like if it doesn't make any rhyme or reason, you're paying back karma and now you're about to fucking make out. I love this for you, Aries risings. This is amazing. Big deal. With shit. That was the message. As all the cards just went flying on the floor. There's your message in a nutshell. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you do, please like, comment, share. Also for Aries Risings, please let me know. Does this sound spot on? Does this sound like something that you're going through? Sorry, I'm trying to like look here, which is a screen, but then the camera's there. Is this something that sounds accurate for what you're going through? Please sound off and let me know. But yeah, and until next time, I've been El Witchy. Bye, and best of luck. I love this for you.